Outer Orange.
Hello YouTube, OuterOrange here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Card Fight Vanguard Deer Days. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, comment, do all that wonderful stuff. But aside from that, so we are here to discuss how to better yourself in getting cards faster, getting through your packs faster, what you can do. I'm just give you a couple tips here to kind of speed up the process. But the first thing you want to actually do is a thing called final turn. It is probably the easiest thing to miss. Pretty much the concept of putting final turn on the turn that you will declare as your final aspect. Now, why would you want to declare final turn against your opponent, especially since in most cases it's actually considered pretty aggressive, pretty wrong? Well, you actually get VP if you declare final turn and you win on that final turn, and then you can use the VP to then be able to buy more packs and then be able to make more decks and all that kind of stuff. It's literally pretty much a one regular pack. Usually it costs about 300. It costs 500 to get one of those VPs. So that's literally one free pack you get by just declaring final turn. That is one of the easiest and fastest ways to start doing that instantly, because for every game you play, you have a chance of pretty much getting another pack on top of your already added stats that you get at the very end of each game you play. So please declare final turn. Keep in mind, if your opponent declares final turn and you beat their final turn, you actually do get some VP back for that. If you get the VP. If you don't, your opponent will get the VP. So it actually does benefit both players to always declare final turn, as both players will end up coming out with something to be able to open packs with. Now the next thing is trial decks. Let me go ahead and show you guys what trial decks look like. They're usually in the shop. You'll be in here. So if you want to buy some decks, you can actually just go ahead and buy decks instead. And sorry, my face is kind of blocking it here. So in here, you'll notice that you can buy some trial decks. So if you are just starting out on the game, it actually, you'll of course kind of bump into this. I highly recommend getting a trial deck, and the reason being is that it will actually help you to be able to then make that trial deck into a better future deck. You know, there are 1,000, but you get triggers, you get perfect cards, you get a bunch of random cards, you get the boss card, which is very, very important because you can use that boss card to upgrade it. And I would even recommend that whatever trial deck you decide to pick, that you use you look for the cards that you need to upgrade within those trial decks. For example, if I want to build Nirvana over here, then I would want to use the cards that synchronize with Nirvana from the shop. Like, so if the shop, if there are cards that use Nirvana or use Overdrive skills, and I would want to prioritize opening those packs over opening maybe like packs that have more Bruce support or more Kairi support or more Magnolia support or whatever other trial deck, or Buff Saga. You know, you want to pick a trial deck that you know you can upgrade. It will be the fastest and easiest way probably for you to upgrade a deck, as going from one to the other is easier. Also, the story stuff gives you some cards too, so you can use that to your advantage. If there's a particular boss unit you like, you can do that. But I would highly recommend starting with the trial deck and then using the trial deck, upgrade from there. You know, look through all the different packs, and in case you wonder what those look like, they are back here. You can buy packs, and actually within the packs you can even look and see what each pack has. You can look through the cards, you can read them right here, and you can kind of see, like, say if you need the Overtrigger, well, guess what, here's the Overtrigger for Storkea. Like, you have all access to this, and all of these packs provide this information, so you can read through them. If you're, you know, like I said, if you want to play Nirvana, you may want to start looking at these cards. You may want the fronts. You know, just take it one step at a time. But as you keep opening packs from the same set, you'll notice that you'll be getting a thing called crafting, CP crafting. So what is CP crafting? So pretty much what you can do is you can craft cards based off of a crafting material called CP. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Say I want to go in here and I want to say craft a card or something. Say I want, I don't know, a whale. I want this whale here. It says that I currently have 1,340 CP to use, and to create this card it cost me 40. I will say some of the better cards will definitely be more expensive than this, so you know, take this as a grain of salt. But essentially, if you need a card, you can use CP to craft it. How do you get CP? You get it through duplicates. And so if you keep opening from the same set, you'll eventually start getting duplicates, and then you can use the CP from the duplicates in order to create decks that you may want to do. You may create cards that you may need to create the deck that you need. So here, I did this on stream too, so you could probably see that there as well. But you know, I didn't have a lot of these cards, so I had to go ahead and start, you know, like crafting. So that's what I started doing, and then lo and behold, I started having a deck, and then I did the same thing with this deck right here. So that is another approach. You can do that this way. Now there is another way. You can do these story missions. As crazy as it sounds, I think it's kind of common knowledge, but a reason why I want to bring up the story is one very particular thing. Eventually in the story mode, you will actually get a D skill that is a VP boost. Now you can't use this in a rank. However, go down here and eventually get this skill right here. This is called an increased VP reward for a fight by 1.5%. So if you were to fight any of the story people, you can apply this and then get even more VP, which means you can open up more packs, which means you can craft even more, which means you can have your deck even faster. Now this, I think, goes through a little bit of the story. You have to probably sink in, I would say 3-4 hours, but I think it's worth it because then you get access to this and it makes it a lot faster in order to do all your crafting, all the stuff you need to do. It's all right here, and the VP boost definitely helps, and you could just use it. Now, like I said, there is no D skills in ranked, so you can't put these into ranked, but you can use them. I am having some question. There are some stuff here that I have question marks for, so it's actually possible that maybe there's another skill in the future that might be even better than this one. Maybe there's an upgraded version of this one. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not 100% done with the story yet. I think I'm about in the 30-40% range, so I'm not quite there yet, but you know, there might be even more. And for those of you guys that have completed the story, maybe you know something I don't, which is great. If there's even an even better option, then use that to your advantage. And last but not least, I know this is kind of an obvious one, but play ranked. You don't have to play with the best and strongest deck in order to play ranked. You have a couple options. You can go to the world, you can go to CPU fight, you can do a fighter log, and there's the rankings. So if you go into world fight, by fighting people, you actually will get extra VP and stuff like that, which again, you can open up packs with, and then you can use the packs to craft stuff and create more decks, correct? So with that being said, you can actually go and just play ranked, you know, take the best deck possible, and as you keep playing ranked, you actually get better card, you'll get more access to then open more packs and make your deck stronger. It might suck at first because your deck won't be obviously at peak potential, but you can do it to then be able to compete even better. So this is another option. It's kind of probably your last option. You should probably do the other stuff first before you touch ranked, because it'll be a lot harder in ranked to win a lot of fights. You may want to just play the story, just get extra cards. Keep in mind the story does give you free cards as well. They usually give you 2 boss units. Like for example, they've thrown like 2 Zorkas at me, they've thrown 2 Ballistas at me, they've thrown I believe 2 Bastions at me, 2 Aldens randomly. So every like big story completion, you'll get like free cards as well, and you can use those cards and then again build decks. So that's probably I think that's all I have for now. I think that's the main thing that this game currently has to offer in terms of way to upgrade. There is one more actually, and this one is a paid option, but actually, and it's actually something I did, and you don't have to do it. I'm just throwing it out there that you can do it. I'm not saying you have to. So to just let you know, this is just another option. It's a secret sixth option, if you will. This particular DLC right here, I'll show you guys this one in particular. This is a card set 5 DLC. What does this mean? So essentially you spend the $10 and they give you every single SP that is available, 1 copy of every single SP that is available in the set. And as you can tell, there actually is quite a few cards that you get. Like this is a lot of one-ofs that you get, and you can use these cards to then, you know, be able to craft other cards. You can use, you know, whatever you need. It's actually pretty useful if you ask me. I did this both for my lyrical deck. I did this for lyrical and I did this for my Flagberg stuff because I just wanted to. Like I said, this is just a way to speed up the process. You don't have to do this, and you only can buy it once, so it's not something you can keep buying or stuff like that. You can make your Rydland SP. So in terms of bling and stuff like that, I think this is a wonderful way while also getting the cards you may need. Like I said, they have one for I think every set with the exception of the Festival collection. I believe the Festival collection is the only one that's not part of this, so I don't think you can get that there, but you can even get the Perfect Guard. You can get the over trigger here in a bling form if you want that. You know, like I said, it'll speed up the process. You won't have to craft these cards anymore. You'll have to craft the other 3. So for example, if you need 4 Perfect Guards, guess what? One's already in here. And my personal recommendation is actually the Lyrical Monasterio one, and the reason being is Lyrical Monasterio has all printings of Perfect Guards and OTs and SPs, so you instantly get all your Perfect Guards at once, and you also get every single over trigger in every single form at once. So ideally, for spending the extra money, you already have all your Perfect Guards set up, so you don't really have to pull for that set 1 lyrical stuff as much, which I think is good. I'm not gonna lie, set 1 lyrical isn't very solid for the current meta, and actually preferably if you're a lyrical player, you want to pull for set 2, because that's where Kyrie is, and sadly, unless you really want to play the other ride lines, the Kyrie is the best deck to play if you were to play lyrical, so you don't really want to pull too much in set 1, you mainly need set 2 stuff. So with that being said, you can save yourself the trouble of already having the Perfect Guards and the PG and the OTs, and you can just strictly pull for set 2 and try to pull for Kyrie and Melty instead. So that's an option, just throwing it out there. You don't have to do it, but I just want to throw it out there so people are aware of all their options. For those of you guys that don't have the game yet or are about to get the game, there might be even more stuff added. This is currently what I've noticed, and like I said, if there's anything more, please feel free to let me know below. I would love to hear anything more. There might be better or easier hacks. Maybe there's certain packs that are better to open than others. You know, maybe there's something, I don't know, because I'm obviously not playing every single nation. I'm only playing a couple nations and only looking for specific stuff, so I'm kind of doing my own thing. And anyway, other than that, I'm gonna finish the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, early kind of quick tip guide. If you guys like more of these, I'll happily release more of this kind of content if that's what you want. You know, just let me know. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna peace out. That's Vidania. Probably gonna go play some Card Fight Vanguard Deer Days here in a few. So yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye.